Good. That'll give you a chance to reconsider your offer. Look, I really feel like I'm imposing.
David, please stop. Look, you're a good friend, and I like having you nearby. Not going to reconsider anything. I hate to admit it, but I think I need my friend's support right now. Besides that, I don't want the apartment vacant. It only serves to remind me of that woman. Do you know I can't even bring myself to say her name anymore?
You think she's still alive?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm quite sure of that. The whole thing was staged. That's the only way it makes any sense. The problem is, how are we ever going to prove it? Unless we can show up, Echo or Giles, alive.
So you think he was part of it, too?
Oh, yeah, he had to have been. Everything points to it. Look at the absurd way they concealed their relationship when they came here, pretending that they only met in Llanview. Why? Why would they want to do such a thing to Clint?
Obsessed with revenge?
But it didn't solve anything. It certainly didn't bring back their mother.
You and Clint are very strong people. You're going to get through this.
Yeah, we'll see. At least I'd be happy to.
I don't want you to commit to anything. And anytime you want me out of the apartment for whatever reason, just say the word, please. Oh, do you want me to get that? I think I saw heron in the garden.
No, somebody else will get it. Don't worry about it. Oh, there was one other thing that I wanted to mention. The utility meters in the apartment are separate, so you will obviously be billed on your own for that, and I'll have Heron take care of it, okay?
Fine.
Good.
Excuse me, Mrs. Buchanan.
Yes.
Mrs. Callison is here to see you.
Oh. Yes, ask her to come in, please.
Viki,
Dorian, how are you?
well, thank you. I didn't know you were occupied. I'm sorry.
No, it's perfectly all right. We were just finishing up. David, I'm going to get the keys for you. Dorian, sit down. I'll be back in a minute.
Keys.
Viki is renting me the garage apartment.
Oh, the one Echo used to live in?
Is there more than one?
Evidently, you don't believe in ghosts.
I don't believe Echo's dead.
Oh, you would believe it if you saw what I saw. However, I'm glad I ran into you. I would like you to meet me, all right? Just later this afternoon at my duplex.
What a surprising invitation.
Cassie will not be home. She's away on a school day trip, so fine. She won't be back until dinner.
I see. And what is this meeting to be about? Oh, all right. Thank you. I will, of course, let you know when I'm getting ready to move in.
Okay.
All right? Dorian, listen, please. I can show myself out. I know the way. Thanks. Thanks for everything.
Fine.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Viki, could you please close the doors? Thank you. This really is so very difficult. I don't know where to begin. It's quite awkward.
Dorian, if you want to change your mind about your statement, please just say so. I will certainly understand that it was an honest mistake.
No. I'm afraid I did not make a mistake. Please, I'm quite sure of what I saw, or else I would not have made that statement to the police. However, I will say this. I honestly believe that Clint acted out of anger, impulsively. It certainly was not anything that was premeditated on his part, and I am prepared to testify to that if I go on the witness stand.
Dorian, you could not have seen him push Echo because he didn't push her. She jumped. Now, I don't know where you were looking. Maybe you
Such
looked
a
away
shame.
for a minute.
You know,
didn't
I
push.
thought, of course, you're going to believe that. It's only natural. You're his wife. Were it my husband, I probably would...
Why did you come here?
Because I wanted to assure you that this is not a personal vendetta on my part. I am simply trying to do my duty as a citizen to see that justice is done.
Justice? You have the audacity to use the word justice in the same breath with which you condemn my husband for murder?
I knew that you would react this way. And I told Herb so, but... I'm sorry, Viki. I truly am very, very sorry.
As to what happened on the bridge.
Well, they probably aren't, but we've had a hard time finding anybody else. Although we are going to talk to the gatekeeper again. He claims to know nothing, but he keeps changing his story.
Yeah? Ed, tell me. If you don't find anybody else besides Dorian who says that Clint pushed Echo off the bridge, and if Echo's body's never found, can Clint still be arrested for murder?
Definitely. Come
I
in.
understand that.
Excuse me, Captain. Oh, afternoon to you.
Hello,
You
Ed.
got something?
Sure have. You here officially?
I am, but I will close my book and listen unofficially, all right?
We'll do that for now, will you please?
Yes.
Thank you. Go on.
Okay, I just came back from Llanview Aquatics. The owner, Fred Skidmore, has made a positive identification of Giles Morgan as a customer. Morgan purchased 2 sets of scuba equipment.
Well, that proves it. That proves they set the whole thing up so that Echo could swim away.
No. That's not proof. Go on.
Well, he said that Morgan was definitely an expert. He knew exactly what he wanted and how to use it. Now, he made a down payment and was supposed to come up with a balance within 2 weeks. Mr. Skidmore had to call him several times before Giles ever came up with the rest of it.
Did he talk about where he was going to use the equipment?
No, but he did buy a book on recreational diving in Baja, California.
Telex the police down there.
Right.
He probably just bought that book to fool the owner. You're not going to find it in Baja.
No, maybe not, but he might be in Mexico somewhere.
Yeah, all right, that's true. Okay.
Right, go on.
This was found about 5 miles down the stream by the bridge. Looks like part of a dress.
Yeah. Matches the description of what Echo was wearing.
Well, it won't happen because you're innocent. This whole scheme was rigged to make you the victim. And I think what we should do is concentrate on finding Echo and Giles and not waste time with pointless discussions about you going to prison or me divorcing you.
Pointless discussions. You know something? You are avoiding the issue. Are you going to try and tell me that divorcing me has not crossed your mind?
This conversation might very well be relieving your conscience, but it is only upsetting me. As of now, we are still a team. And if we intend to beat them in the long run, I think we should maintain a positive attitude.
Well, it might help my positive attitude, Viki, if I could feel that we were still going to stay together. It might help my attitude if I felt that you still loved me.
Oh, you want everything, don't you? You ought to be very grateful I didn't leave you the minute I found out about your nasty little affair. I'm sorry, you're forcing me to say things that are going to hurt you, and I don't want to do that. So, please, let's finish this conversation.
Okay. I want to say one thing first. The love I felt for Giselle is nothing compared to the love I feel for you. Well, it's probably Sid Simmons. He offered to take my case.
What about Paul Martin?
He'll be by in about an hour. Thank you for recommending him.
Yes? You know the whereabouts of Echo DiSavoy and Giles Morgan?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I used to be friends with them.
Then please, by all means, go to the police. I can give you the telephone number of Captain Ed Hall at the precinct.
Mrs. Buchanan, I wish to meet with you, not Captain Hall.
Why?
Well, because I want to give you this information personally.
Mr. Templar, this is an official investigation. Therefore, any information should be given directly to the police.
I'm sorry. I insist on seeing you. Only you.
Well, in that case, I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Templar. Goodbye.
were introduced a couple of years ago at a party over in Pine Valley.
You know, you're right. You know, Viki has told me an awful lot about you and how you represented her at her trial 5 years ago. Sit down.
Oh, thanks.
When she told me that you were on a leave of absence from your job in Washington, I gotta confess, I felt a great sense of relief. I just had a meeting with another attorney earlier today, and frankly, we didn't really hit it off.
Well, Clint, given your special circumstances, I think it's of paramount importance that your attorney and you have a very good working relationship. Why don't you tell me a little about it?
All right. First off, I think you should know that Deborah Van Druden, our local district attorney, has a tendency to shoot from the hip. She likes to make arrests and then worry about the facts later.
Now, when I talked to Viki on the phone, she said that you had been caught up in a web of really bizarre circumstances. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your theory that you were framed with this murder?
Paul, that is not a theory, that is a fact. You care for a drink?
No, no, thanks. Not now. Clint, there's just one thing that bothers me about all of this. Why in the world did Giles Morgan disappear?
I have no idea.
Well, think about it for a minute. When they go to all this trouble to stage a murder, they want the world to be convinced that the Countess is dead. Now, if she's alive, certainly her body is not going to show up. And then Viki said that it was because of a hunch that she and Dorian drove over to the old Front Street Bridge. Is that right?
That's right. They were chasing after me. I had an appointment to meet Echo at a motel. I spotted her on the bridge.
Okay. So that means, then, that Echo and her brother had no idea that Dorian would become a witness.
That's right.
So why in the world didn't Giles stick around? That's what I don't know. Why didn't he tell everybody who was listening to him that you were the one that killed his sister? Why didn't he turn up at that bridge at that precise moment so that he could become a witness?
I think it's because he was underwater helping Echo.
Well, that's certainly a possibility. But later, after the story broke, why didn't he hightail it down to the police and tell them that you were the one that killed his mother 20 years ago? In other words, why didn't Giles stick around to make sure that you were convicted of the murder they planned?
It's a good question. I don't have an answer.
Well, I think you ought to be prepared for Giles to make an appearance momentarily as the bereaved son and brother.
Paul, maybe when he heard about Dorian's testimony, he figured he wouldn't have to become involved. I mean, so far, she is the only witness.
Yeah, which is probably why the DA hasn't arrested you yet. That and the fact that the Countess has yet to turn up, dead or alive.
Paul, there's one thing that really worries me. Now, I haven't even mentioned this to Viki yet. That in our attempts to convince the jury that Echo and Giles came to town to set me up, we're going to have to explain to them what happened between me and Giselle 20 years ago, right?
Probably.
Do we really want to bring up the fact that Giles and Echo think that I killed their mother? I mean, there is no evidence to prove that her husband, Arthur Stanford, did it, except my memory of the event. Now, that's not going to be enough. And when I think of how this is going to sound and look in front of a jury...
Tell you what, why don't we start at the beginning? I want you to tell me everything, okay? I brought along a tape recorder. By the way, don't get the idea that this is the only time you're going to tell this story. Before we're through, you will have told this story to me at least 100 times. Hear your thoughts about your husband's problem.
Well, it's just very difficult.
I'm sure it is, especially Look, Clint was... He was totally honest with me. So I'm very well aware of the problems that a situation like this can create for your relationship.
The marriage I thought was based on solid rock turns out to be as flimsy as cardboard, and all because of the lure of some long-suppressed memory.
Maybe if he'd known what the lure was, he would have been better able to resist it.
Well, he's got you on his side, I see.
Not at all. That's simply an objective observation.
Paul, how do you forget that? How do you ever forgive it? How do you learn to repair trust, or how do you even know you should repair it? I guess I'll be asking myself those questions a long time.
Do you still love him? I ask this not so much as a friend as I do as a counselor. As you remember from your ordeal, these things can be a long haul and they can be a rough one. So what I need to know is, are you willing to put up with all of that? Are you willing to stick by him?
Yes, I'll stick by him. What are his chances?
Well, so long as only Dorian Callison is willing to testify that she saw him push Echo, then I think our chances are pretty good. That's assuming, of course, that Echo's body isn't washed up on a riverbank somewhere. But if another witness steps forward with exactly the same story, I gotta tell you, we're in trouble.
But I saw the whole thing. He didn't push her. She jumped. He was deliberately trying to pull her back over the railing onto the bridge, and she pulled away from him and jumped. Does my word mean nothing in this town anymore, or Clint's? Especially when it was so obviously a conspiracy.
Well, the problem is I'm not even sure that we can bring up this conspiracy at all. It's circumstantial. It might be deemed irrelevant.
Oh, you can't be serious. If it wasn't a conspiracy, he would never have been on the bridge in the first place.
Look, I understand all that, but you see, a clever prosecutor might be able to render the past irrelevant.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. I know you're only trying to be realistic, but...
I mean, anyone can see that a man as decent and honorable as Clint is not going to murder somebody, and any judge should be able to see that.
Are you going to take this case?
Of course I will, if it comes to that.
Thank you.
And I promise you I will do everything in my power to clear him.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Viki, I have to go. Look, I'm going to need everything on tape just as soon as possible.
Well, you call us and we'll do it.
Good. You two, try to have a good evening, okay? Bye, Paul. Goodbye.
Thanks again for coming by.
Oh, you bet. I'll talk to you soon.
Well, I'm going to go check on the children. They're outside, and then I have to go back to the hospital. Becky asked me to bring those letters that she had given us to keep them safe.
Oh, how come?
I don't know if she didn't say. Are you going to the Banner? Or...
Yes, I'll be at the office.
Fine, I'll see you later.
Hello?
Clint, it's me.
Viki? What is it?
Well, something awful has happened. I went to the safe to get the envelope, you know, the one that Becky wanted, with the letters in it. And the envelope was there. The letters are gone.
What?
Yes, I searched through that safe and the one in the library. And the letters are simply gone. And the odd thing is that nothing else is missing. Obviously, somebody broke into our safe and took those letters.
Do you have any idea what she wrote in those letters?
No, she never mentioned it. What am I going to tell her?
Well, you don't have any choice but to tell her the truth, do you?
I know, but the thing is, she was so intent on getting her hands on them. And in her condition, I don't want to upset her.
Well, can you stall her?
To what purpose? It's not as if the letters are misplaced. They're gone. No, you're right. I just have to tell her the truth. I just have to break it to her gently.
Well, let me know what happens, okay?
Yes, I will. Bye.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow on Good Morning America, all the news and weather. We'll talk with the foreign minister of Lebanon and look at the new TV season. Plus, Lucille Ball, Julia Child, and Ken Howard on Good Morning America.